Hey everybody, welcome back to Two Nerds in a Podcast. Today, we have the most amount of guests we've ever had at one time. We have Brooke and Lauryn for our Star Wars Nite episode.
Yay!
You guys get me two episodes in a row. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of chaos. 2 episodes in a row with Brooke.
Indeed.
We're talking Star Wars Nite tonight. This is mine, Brooke, and Lauryn's second time going to Star Wars Nite. You're welcome after you finish listening to this episode to listen to last year's episode. This time, we knew what we were doing this time. We knew what we were in for. We had costumes planned a bit earlier this time. We just got thrown a couple curveballs this time, which was really fun. But yeah, I guess first order of business, our costumes this year we took from the sequel trilogy. We were Rey, Poe, and BB-8, which was exciting.
Oh, bye, Brooke.
Oh,
We
no.
lost her.
Oh no!
Apparently, Brooke did not want to be a part of this podcast anymore, so she has
Guys,
left.
she left. She's gone.
Oh.
It's so weird. For months, it's not me with the internet problems.
Yeah. This time.
Oh yeah,
it's
normally it's Casey.
Brooke. Yes.
Yeah, normally it's me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
She's here.
Okay.
She's back. Woo, woo.
Guess who's back?
Back again. Brooke is back. Back again.
Nice.
Huh?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Nope.
No
I
audio.
hate her.
It's really not allowed today, apparently.
Back without audio.
Is not liking us. So you guys enjoyed FanFest?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I saw the photo of you guys with Yoshi. I was like, oh, I love
Oh my gosh,
Yoshi.
I love Yoshi.
He's my favorite. I saw videos of like the event and stuff. Was Wicked part of it? Because I kept seeing things that like Elphaba and Glinda were there. And I was like,
Oh, I don't think so.
I think they're just
I'm
like
like-
always there now. Because that Wickedness
Yeah.
thing has been there for like a while.
like I would love to
Since
see
the
them.
movie. Yeah.
Is Brooke alive? Brooke is here.
Is it? No.
Nope.
Okay, let's get this show on the road. So costume-wise, I don't even know. I think we started talking about it when they started announcing tickets of what we were going to be. Last year, we did a nice little closet cosplay. I can't talk. I'm so sorry. Of Anakin, Obi-Wan, and
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
I don't have brain right now. No brain.
No brain, no thought.
Brain gone. No thoughts, head empty.
I mean,
so-
we are all pure chaos.
Yes. Pure chaos, smooth brains. Smooth brain club. So this year when we started brainstorming, we had a few different options, but I believe it was Lauryn, you already had most of the costume pieces for Rey, right?
Yes, I did.
So we were just like,
there I
we
go
can do
again.
that.
Oh!
Oh no.
No.
Even Brooke knew it. She's like, oh. And then
Yep.
she left.
She's like, oh, bye.
Yeah, I was going to say
Oh.
something and then we lost her.
Whoops. But yeah, so Lauryn had most of the costume pieces anyways, so we just kind of went with that, which was nice because Brooke and I only had to crunch time with our costumes, which was slightly less stressful than trying to crunch time with 3 costumes.
Yeah, you guys did a lot of amazing work. I mean, the BB-8 and your
Brooke's came out
Poe
so
and
good.
thing. Oh my gosh. I love all the photos, and my amazing aunt, she was the one that lent me all of the Rey stuff.
gotta love cool
including
aunts.
the lightsaber hilt. So that's why I knew, oh, I can be Rey.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys all looked very good. Wonderful.
Thank you.
10 out of 10.
Thanks. Yeah, we actually
was-
got quite a few compliments from strangers
Yeah.
about our stuff.
She's back? Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, never
No.
mind.
Oh,
not.
nope.
But yeah, we did get a lot of compliments. It was really fun.
I'm also surprised because there were... Yeah. I was just kind of surprised there wasn't more BB-8s.
Yeah. Maybe people couldn't really, like, think of the idea or something.
Yeah.
I'm not
there was
sure,
a lot
but
of R2s. I feel like R2 is
yeah.
probably the most common droid to be.
Mm-hmm.
I love BB-8.
And I did
That's the
see,
best.
I saw a lot of,
BB-8's
there were a
so
lot
cute.
more Poe and Rey than BB-8 of all
Mhm.
things, all characters.
Yeah, there's a lot of different versions of the X-Wing pilot in general too, which I thought was pretty cool. So you kind of get all 3 sequel, prequel, and original trilogy X-Wing pilots, which is always really fun.
I mean, you were the best one, so.
Thanks. Yeah, anytime somebody was like, "Oh, I like your outfit," and I'm like, "Thanks, I made it."
I made it.
Exactly.
I
made it. It's all mine. All me.
Yeah, I did all of it. It came out really good too, so I was actually
really
very
did.
happy. And then it's like, 'cause I
you
remember...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lauren. Finish your thought.
You couldn't tell that it was handmade at first when I saw it. I was like, did you buy that? And I looked closer. I'm like, oh my gosh, you made that. Like, it looked amazing.
Yeah, I remember when I started making it, my dad was like, "Why didn't you just..." Because, like, I made the jumpsuit from scratch, and my dad's like, "Why didn't you just buy a white jumpsuit and then dye it orange?" And the thing was, like, the closer I started looking at Poe's jumpsuit, it's so different from the original trilogy jumpsuits, which the original trilogy, it's basically literally just a jumpsuit. Like, any kind of jumpsuit that you can get from anywhere. Poe has, which I actually didn't end up making, but Poe has these weird, like, chaps almost on his jumpsuit. And so originally that was my plan, was to make it more like that. And I can still go back and add that. But I ran out of fabric and I ran out of time. So I was like, well, it's fine. I think people will still understand.
Yeah, you definitely tell who you were. Especially when all 3 of us as the trio were together. You could tell who was who.
Yeah, it was super cute and super fun. There was a lot of... This year, I noticed, was the year of a lot of Padme Amidala's running around.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
And every version of Padme's costume. Any dress she's ever worn, like, all of it. There was one person for, like, every costume. It was really cool.
Okay, but I remember we saw that one lady that was dressed as Padme when she was dead. Like, when she was in the casket.
She had that dress on.
But
yeah,
I was like,
it's beautiful. But yeah, I was like, that's her
yeah.
funeral dress.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
I was like, oh no. But I mean, like, I guess to each their own. It was definitely unique because nobody else was wearing the funeral dress.
Yeah, definitely. It was very pretty,
That's
but
fair.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Is that the first thing you think of when you think of Padme?
Yeah. Although it is kind of cool because that's the one outfit that Padme wears where her hair is just, like, super curly and big. So, I mean, like, again,
like
beautiful outfit. But, like, I literally looked at her and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the dress she's wearing when she's dead. as they ship her over the waterfall. Like,
yeah. At first glance, we were like, whoa, she's beautiful, but isn't that the death Padme?
Yeah.
The dead one?
Like, it's fine. It's fine.
Broken heart?
Yeah, quite literally. Oh my gosh, on a completely unrelated note, but Pedro Pascal's outfit at the Cannes Film Festival.
Oh my gosh.
With his arms out?
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he's so stunning.
10 out of 10.
Beautiful. Okay, Jamie, I know you saw Thunderbolts. Casey, did you see Thunderbolts?
I did not. What is that? A movie?
Yeah, it's the newest Marvel movie.
Oh. I have not.
With, like, Yelena and Bucky and all them.
You'd like it. You'd like Bob.
You would. It was so sad. Like, it felt like a DC movie.
Yeah, it was definitely giving... It was, definitely
Can
DC
you
vibes
hear me
for
now?
Sure.
Yeah.
I can hear you now, Mr. Krabs.
Finally.
We can hear you now, Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs.
Oh my god. I had to re-download fucking Google Chrome just for it to work.
Oh my god.
Really? Oh my
Jeez.
god. But anyways, we were talking about costumes. Lauren and I chatted a bit about how we were seeing a few X-Wing pilots.
Yeah.
Not a lot
I was
of BB-8,
able to hear
so
the
Brooke
whole
was
conversation.
the
I just
star.
couldn't say anything.
Okay, good.
Oh,
So I was listening.
Good.
Just couldn't
So we have
say
to catch you
anything.
up. But
There's something.
she was our official audience member.
I was in the audience.
But yeah, so Brooke was definitely the showstopper this time. We had a lot of people saying, "Oh my god, the BB-8 is so good," especially when we went to take pictures with the BB-8 statue that they had on display.
Yes.
The camera girl was like, "Oh my god, we got to get BB-8 with BB-8."
The person at the front of the line for that literally just went,
But yes,
pointed at me and went, "You," and then gestured like, "Come here." And she's like, "You have to do this." I'm like,
yeah.
"We know."
She's like, "You gotta be with this droid. You guys are together."
Yes, yeah. And I'm like, I know, but we got to shimmy down the line with all the other droids first.
Yeah.
But this year we had a like loose semblance of a plan this year, and we ended up doing a lot more activity than we did last year, which was nice. But I do want to talk about our first activity when we got into the park. So about a week beforehand, and I'm assuming I didn't ask him if I could talk about this on the podcast, but I'm going to.
Okay.
So I just restrained myself and I didn't post any pictures, so they should be thankful for that. But about a week beforehand, my friend Travis, who I've known since I was 2,
Oh wow.
he messaged me. He used to live next door, and his dad still does. But he messaged me and he was like, because we found out just by pure coincidence that we were going to Star Wars Nite the same night, because last year we did not. And so he texted me and he was like, "You're for sure going to Star Wars Nite on the 1st." And in my mind, I'm like, well, duh, I already paid almost $200 to be there. So yeah, I'm going. Like, over my dead body, will I not be going? And even then, you guys would have had to drag my dead body. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going.
We would be dragging you.
Yeah,
Me
I
and
would be
Brooke
like,
would be
what's that?
dragging you.
I'd just be in like a little urn, and you'd be like, what is that? Don't worry about it. That's not your problem. And I was like, yeah, I'm for sure going. And he's like, okay, I'm going to need your help. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what on earth could he need help with? Because Travis is honestly like one of the most like biggest influences I had into making my own costumes, because the entirety of knowing him, he has always made his own costumes, made his own weapons, he's done short films. I mean, like, he's done everything convention related creativity like that is out there. He's a genius and I love him. I'm thinking to myself, like, he's having his costume 3D printed. He knows how to put it together. Why on earth would he need my help? And then he was like, I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend. And I was like, oh my god,
amazing.
Yes. Absolutely. I will 110% help you. And guess what? I got 2 friends coming and we're all gonna be on board for this. And so I immediately text Brooke and I was like, Brooke, are you bringing your camera? And she was like,
I was like,
I can,
no, but I can't.
Why?
I guess.
Why do you need a camera?
Yeah, and I was like, great, you're gonna bring it, and then I'm gonna bring mine, and I'm gonna have Lauren film so that we had full coverage of this historic event. And so when we actually got to the park on time, which was amazing because normally traffic is awful, and it still was awful, but not as bad as it could have been. We found magical parking. We parked on not the roof, which was astounding.
Not the roof?
That's
not the roof.
Not the
Isn't
roof.
that crazy? I think I've only ever parked not on the roof like one other time. But we parked not on the roof. We got ourselves together in the parking lot because Brooke immediately came from class, got in my car, and we left.
Yeah.
So we found our parking, got it together, got in. We weren't even like in the park yet. We were in line to get into the park, and Travis is like, "Are you guys almost here?" And I'm like, We're literally walking in the park, and he's like, okay, because I think I'm going to do it now. And I'm like, could you wait?
Can you chill out?
Wait,
Yeah,
please,
can you relax for like 5 minutes?
We hustled.
Luckily, because they were standing, we like booked it through the park, and they were waiting in line to do pictures in front of the Millennium Falcon. And so we like made it, and they were only like 3 people back in line, but we made it. And Travis's girlfriend, whose name is Colleen, afterwards, she was like, I couldn't figure out why he wanted to meet up with you guys like pronto. And so we met up over there. She didn't think anything of it. We started taking pictures. And we're doing all our group pictures and all of that. And he proposed to her in front of the Millennium Falcon, and it was probably the most magical thing I have ever witnessed.
It
was
adorable.
amazing.
It was so
wonderful.
cute. He hid the ring in his helmet.
Yes. Yeah, I guess the security guy almost blew the surprise because like Disney is more thorough than freaking TSA when it comes to like looking through your stuff. And I guess the guy like
everything.
Yeah, the guy like pulled out the box, and Travis was ready to like murder him, but luckily the guy realized what it was and then like shoved it back in. And Colleen just like turned to Travis and she's like, "Did you not clean out the backpack?" And Travis was like, "No, I didn't clean out the backpack. So there's stuff in there." But yes, it was success. It was great. It was magical. I'm so happy that the Disneyland photographer that we had went absolutely ham with the pictures.
He was amazing.
Yeah, we got it on video. We had 3 different cameras.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very true.
Around.
Yeah, but it was so good. It was so magical. And I love that everybody around us clapped for them when she said yes. It was so cute.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. But that was our first order of business. And then after that, we hopped on Rise of the Resistance, which we basically walked on.
A walk-on. Yeah.
We just had to wait for all the normal park people to
That is crazy.
To leave, yeah.
Yeah, we had the normies had to get out. But that was really good. I think this time, maybe one other time, we got the version with Kylo Ren and his ship out the window instead of like the animatronic Kylo Ren.
What?
Yeah, it was very strange. I think that's only the second time I've ever had that happen, because normally I get the animatronic. So that was pretty cool.
It's funny. I've had it once where the robot was completely glitched, but it was still out, and he was spinning around.
That's so like, cool.
He spun me right around, I guess.
That's hilarious. I love that. I love, not that, like, if it's my first time, I don't want anything to be broken. But after the first time, I think it's hilarious when things are broken like that.
Except for on Jurassic Park, because that was terrifying.
Yeah, Jurassic Park with all the lights on is a sight to behold and will forever be burned.
Yeah, I don't like that
my
at
mind's
all.
eye. It's a lot of like half dinosaurs and like...
Yeah, they're like naked.
Yeah,
weird.
It's just so weird. It's like you're never supposed to see it like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I love pure chaos and going from Disney to now Jurassic Park.
Yes, we will always bounce back and forth.
If it relates, we will talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tangent. We're just all tangents that eventually come back together.
Yes.
But yeah, and then after that, Lauren wanted to, they have like I don't even remember what they called it. I'm just going to call it the Ray meetup. They have a different word. It's like
meetup, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little like resistance rally situation, which we didn't catch last year, so we're like, we'll do that this year. Lauren came as Ray, so we were like, we got to do that this year. But while we were waiting for that, they had a new projector show on like the facade behind the Millennium Falcon, which was basically a giant summary of the Star Wars series, and which was pretty cool. I really liked it.
It was a nice little surprise.
Yeah, because we were standing there anyways. But that was really cool. The whole Ray thing was pretty cool. I love
That
seeing
was so
everybody's
cool.
lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did
it's
you
just
bring
like,
your
it's just a good
lightsaber?
vibe. No, Poe doesn't have a lightsaber, but I did have his helmet,
Uh-oh.
so I was like, that's enough things for me to carry.
That would be so funny.
The
Poe with a
BB-8
lightsaber.
doesn't have one either,
I
and I already
mean-
had my camera, which is honestly pretty heavy.
So you
Yeah.
didn't even bring
BB-8 and
the
Poe with a
porg.
lightsaber.
No,
she
poor
forgot the
Tater.
porg.
Tater got left on the
Not
kitchen
Tater.
table.
Poor little Tater. Yeah.
Yeah. Poor
I set him
thing.
with my
He's
stuff,
devastated.
and then he got
He's still not
moved.
over it.
Oh.
Yeah. We had to turn back for the water bottle. Brooke left the water bottle on the table, and her
But
dad
we
called
didn't.
and was like, "Hey, did you want your water bottle?" So we had to flip a U-turn, and I didn't even think anything of Tater the Porg.
Poor Tater.
Sad.
He was just forgotten.
Yeah, he's devastated, especially because Honey got to go to FanFest, so now
they're
he's even
currently
more
staring
distraught.
each
He's
other down
jealous.
on my desk.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. What did we do after that? We just kind of cruised around after that, right? We did some pictures.
Yeah, did a lot of pictures. Yeah, mostly pictures before we did all the characters.
Yeah, they had a lot of cool this year. They quote unquote added more photo opportunities. They basically put up these like giant postcards of various locations in the Star Wars universe. So we got a few of those.
We did see
I kind of wish
your friend while we were waiting, and we yelled at him, and he did not hear us.
And then he promptly ignored us.
Yeah.
And then
He
I
got
texted him
ignored.
and I was like, "You ignored me." And he was like, "When did you yell?" He replied like an hour later. "When did you yell at me?" And I was like, "When you were passing by the Ewoks." And he was like, "Oh, I didn't hear you." And I was like, "No duh, Travis. No duh."
Duh.
Yeah. But yeah, so lots of little photo opportunities. We did buy some merch this year, although I got the same merch I did last year. I got the little ornament, and then I got the May the 4th pin. I never have good luck on any occasion buying like the official pin, so I will
Then
have to
again,
look
they
for those on
like
eBay
you said when we were there,
eventually.
they probably sell out before we even get there.
Yeah, I think it's kind of weird because they set up the merch in Tomorrowland. Which,
Oh, really?
I mean, like, I get because the space, they have a space for it over there, but also, like, it's Star Wars Night, so why would it not be in
Star Wars.
In Star,
yeah.
where Star Wars is. I mean, there is technically Star Wars in Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
So.
but, like, you would think with all the, I don't know. I thought it would have been over there. So I feel like when you go, you either start with the activities or you start with the merch. There's, like, no in between. And I know, like, the two things we did first, you can catch them. Like, I think they have it every, like, hour and a half.
Yeah. An hour.
But honestly, fighting the crowd at that point is awful.
Yeah.
There's just so many people crammed into such a small space. So I am glad, like, I would take the experience of doing what we did first over getting my pin. Because we were able to do it first. We didn't have to circle back that direction later. We made one giant loop around the park, and then we went home.
Unlike last year, we were going back and forth.
Last year back and forth a lot. We spent a lot of time walking last year, which I think is where we lost a lot of time. So this year we definitely streamlined a bit better. I also wish
I do remember. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I do remember how crowded it was when we were at the lightsaber meetup because I was trying to mobile order our cold brews and it was so crowded. It said the order was ready and we were like booking it all the way over there. And I got there and it was like, yeah, you took too long to get your order, so you have to replace it and this and that. I was like, I'm a minute late. There were so many people over there.
Yeah, it's like they definitely were like, you were supposed to be here 30 seconds ago. Sorry. And like, what?
Sorry.
I literally got up to the booth and it said,
clicked off.
Sorry, you're too late. I'm like, I just got here.
Yeah, you're like, I literally took 2 steps and it disappeared. But we got our coffee in the end, which is what mattered.
Yeah, they were like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, thank you. I really needed that coffee.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Especially that late at night, because the event starts at 9. At night.
It starts at 9? Oh my God.
It starts at 9. See, and this is where I think, like, Universal, when they do their events, not just FanFest, but also Horror Nights, where they've got it, like, locked in. Because, like, FanFest and Horror Nights technically started at 7 o'clock.
That's
and honestly,
nice.
like, I wish the Disney events also started at 7 o'clock, because it would be a lot nicer. I also like that for Universal in particular, like, the actual event can start at 7, but then they have the opportunity to buy the, like, get in early ticket, so stuff starts even earlier, but, like, the actual event starts earlier, whereas, like, Disney's like, yeah, you can come in at 6, but the events don't start until 9. You're like,
that's way too late.
Yeah,
Disney.
that is very late. That's like the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
And
like,
this year
bedtime.
We stayed really late.
Yeah, we stayed pretty much the entire duration of it. Yeah.
Last year wasn't as late.
Yes, it was.
Last year we peeled out before, like... No, we left a little bit earlier last year. Because last year, I think we left right before midnight. And then this time we left about
almost
12:30, 1 o'clock. Yeah. We left before they started officially kicking everybody out. But last year, I think we left when they do you have 1 hour left in the event.
Oh,
I think we left around that last year. Whereas this time we stayed a little bit past. Which we squeezed in a couple more photo opportunities, which was nice. But yeah, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was talking about.
I was happy because at the end of the night, I got to say goodbye to Mickey and Minnie, and they were dressed as little R2-D2 and
oh my God, cute.
Yeah, that was really cute. We missed that last year. We didn't get to see them last year.
Yeah, we did miss that last year. We missed a lot of things last year. I think last year was more focused on rides because we only did one ride this year. Last year we did a little more rides.
Yeah, for sure. That's the other thing too, is like, I wish they kicked the regular people out a bit earlier. Because like, you don't get, once the Star Wars event starts, you don't really get to ride any ride. You either do one or the other. You either do the Star Wars event or you ride the rides. You don't necessarily get to do both. Like, because the lines for the rides are non-existent, but again, because everything is so spread out, you're still trudging from one of the parks to the other.
It's still a journey through the park.
Yeah. And then this year, this year for sure, we spent a lot more time in Tomorrowland than last year. I think we got to Tomorrowland too late.
Yeah.
And we squeezed in like a couple of things and then left. Whereas this time we kind of got to cruise around. We saw Captain Phasma and the Stormtroopers. We saw Darth Maul. I kept yelling at Phasma that she was a trash can.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you would turn around to
she
me
gave
and
me
go,
the death
BB.
stare. It was mutual. Yeah, and I'm like, run,
give
BB,
you a
run.
death stare.
And I started waddling my way across.
Yeah.
Yeah. BB-8 was, you were just waddling the whole night.
Yeah.
I was.
But yeah.
But
we got to see Darth Maul, and then we actually got to go in the round building next to Autopia. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
But we actually went in there. Well, we went in there last year. Last year they had the little Jabba the Hutt statue situation.
They had it outside.
Went in and did. We didn't find Jabba this year. Yeah.
I thought it was outside, yeah.
And then this year
that was really cool.
Yeah, we actually went in and we went to the light side, right?
There was no line for the light side.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, you can just go right in," and we're like, "Oh, okay, cool." Which was funny because we started off with Boba Fett, who is not a good guy. So
I was gonna say, he's not a good guy.
Yeah, like he's a bounty hunter, and he kills people. So I don't think he qualifies as the light side, but he was over there.
He's not. I don't know if he's good or bad. He's just a bounty hunter.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, okay. So that was kind of cool. He was interesting to talk to, especially because he recognized who our characters were.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just like, "Are you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not."
No.
And he's like, "Are you sure?" I'm
Maybe.
like,
Yeah, he was focused on you a lot.
Yeah.
His poem.
Yeah, so he was definitely very interactive, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've actually never been in that building since it's been like transferred into Star Wars Tiny Museum.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a lot of like the lightsabers and the helmets on display, which was pretty cool to see.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then we got to meet Luke Skywalker was the light
so
side
cute.
choice.
And he made a
was
joke
adorable.
on the fact that I was dressed up as a droid. You remember?
Yeah.
He's like, you can set all your droids. Oh wait a minute. Because we were setting all of our
Yeah,
stuff
he was like,
down.
"You can keep your droids over here. Wait,
wait a minute."
He's like, "This one's fine. You can have
this one's okay.
Thank you."
I wonder what his reaction would have been if I was R2.
He probably would have like called you old friend or said hey buddy or yeah. I like that it seemed like everybody who was a character actor obviously was a fan of Star Wars or at least was well versed in who their character was in relations.
Yeah.
Because everybody definitely, if you were dressed up, they interacted with you a bit different than if you were not dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, the fact that one lady thought I was an actual droid when I was crouched down.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because so yeah, Brooke's costume. If you haven't seen it on ye old Instagram, she basically made what we've titled a space poncho, but it looks like BB-8. So when she crouches on the floor, especially because she had a big backpack on. So she was rotund when she crouched down.
Yes.
She crawled into a little ball.
Yeah, she turned into a little ball. And yeah, the one lady thought like she was like an actual little droid. And then she stood up and she was like, "Oh, you're a person."
Oh,
she did a double take and went, wait a minute, that's an actual person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably didn't help that whenever I turned my head, it probably looked like the way he actually moved his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke definitely got the little like kind of BB-8 like swoop that he does when he turns.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brooke is definitely a very convincing BB-8.
I am.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen her and BB-8 in the same room? I don't think so.
I am BB-8.
Facts.
But yeah, so all the photo opportunities this time were really cool. I actually got food to eat this time, which was very exciting. Besides our coffee, the Star Wars coffee.
Our coffee.
Yes, Brooke ate my fries. Coffee, from Batu with the Cocoa Puffs on top is always 10 out of 10. Delicious.
That's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could
so jealous.
message you one and then you could receive it.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should just teleport me one.
But I had most of the themed food is actually in Tomorrowland, which is again the layout of this event is always kind of wonky because you're basically at two ends of the park. But most of the stuff is in Tomorrowland, and Tomorrowland has the space to do it, so I get that. But I had the sliders, which came with a side of curly fries. The curly fries were delicious. Brooke ate most of them.
Yes. Which
the sliders were good.
There was one person that just kind of left their family member right next to us, and that person just kept going, "I want fries! I want fries! Can I have a fry?" I'm like, I just ignored them. I'm like, no, these are my fries.
Your fry.
Technically, they're Jamie's fries.
Weird. That's
I was
weird.
just eating them.
You're like, listen, they're not even mine.
Kind of like your
chips. That was probably the weirdest thing to happen. Yeah, Brooke just like eats which is fine because honestly, like the two sliders, and I had a Wookiee whoopie pie.
That thing was huge.
It was huge. Honestly, I was expecting it to be like the size of a ding dong, and it was not. It was the size of like a regular donut. It was very delicious. The like filling inside was caramel flavored. So 10 out of 10. Yeah, it was really good. And I really wish, like, again, that I had somebody like split it with, because between that and the burgers, I was stuffed.
Yeah.
Everything was delicious though. And we got our food relatively fast, because we
did.
Like,
yeah,
maybe we should have mobile ordered, but it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
I remember I got the sliders as well, and then some fries. And I got these cute little churros, and they were colored to the lightsabers. And like the red was strawberry, the green was green apple, and the blue was blue raspberry. Delicious.
Ooh.
And it came in a cute little like Star Wars bucket.
It came in a cute little container with Luke and Darth Vader.
But yeah, Disney does themed food very well. I still think Universal is the like supreme reigning champion of themed food, but I feel like this year in particular, Disney stepped their game up for Star Wars Night, which was nice. Again, I don't like how spread out everything is, because like if you wanted, like Lauren and I got the Grogu beignets last year.
Oh yeah,
but those are all the way over at Tiana's restaurant, and that's like the only thing you can get there.
It's, I guess, because Tiana's beignets, but I was like, why can't you put it in Star Wars Land or Tomorrowland? Like, why is it on the completely other side of both of them?
Yeah. So it's like you had to make like a weird pit stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, food definitely better this year, so that was cool.
And I always come prepared. I had granola bars too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Brooke snacked.
Oh, and you had water. Remember to water your droid.
Yes, you must water your droid.
1,000-yard stare.
That was great.
And that's why my mom was like, "Oh, I saw your TikTok you made from Star Wars Night." She also enjoyed Brooke's 100-yard stare. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much everything we did.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I think I'm still gonna give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Better than last year. But
that's true.
I've had a much more enjoyable experience at both Horror Nights and FanFest.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been to FanFest, but I've been to Halloween Horror Nights. That one was, I love Disney, but Halloween Horror Nights was better.
Yeah, I think honestly,
something.
I think if Disney truly like did what Universal does or something similar, where you can come into the park early, but the event itself starts earlier, I think it'd be a lot better. Because the thing with like Horror Nights that I like is it starts at like 7:30 if you don't get the early entry, and it ends at 3 a.m. That's a big window.
Oh wow, that's long.
Yeah,
it gives you time to do everything.
A lot of stuff. Yes, whereas Star Wars is from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's not like...
That's crazy that it starts at 9 p.m.
Yeah, and I get like a lot of their stuff, like the projector show and like the fireworks and stuff requires it to be dark. But I feel like a lot of the photo opportunity stuff can start earlier. Like I don't think you need to wait till it's dark for that, because everybody has to have a wristband and a lanyard on, so it's an easy way to monitor who's coming in and out of the line, so it's not like the regular people could also get in line.
Yeah,
I mean they could, and then they'll wait and then realize that they're not allowed to do it.
Yeah,
but I feel like if it just overall started earlier, it would be a lot better.
Or if they just had someone waiting at, like, the start of the line saying, hey, do you have, like, the band or whatever? And if they go, no, sorry, you can't do this. It's for the event that's going on.
Yeah. Especially, like, the stuff that's in Tomorrowland specifically. Like, it's really easy to, like, block off stuff in there. So, I feel like, again, earlier would be a lot better. I think to me, my experience would be better if I had more time.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. If we didn't feel as rushed.
But also, like, it's really nice that they let you in the park at 6, but for those who don't live in the, like, Anaheim area, it's a really awkward time.
Yeah.
Because we left at 2:30 because we had
got there at 6.
And yeah, we got there like 5:45-ish.
Yeah.
Like into the parking structure. So we've had a lot of like traffic and stuff that we have to try and avoid. And it's crazy because last year we left at a little after 3:00 and we got into the park about 7:00.
Oh, you're right.
So it's kind of crazy, like the difference, just that little bit of time. But like if the event started at 7 and they started letting you in like Universal does at like 2:30, it'd be way better. And then they could still end it at 1 a.m. They wouldn't have to worry about that. But again, scooting the timeline a bit earlier, I think would be way better. That would make, for me, my experience better.
Yeah.
You listening,
That'd
Disney?
Be better.
The same.
Yeah,
like
the Disney execs have nothing to do except listen to this podcast.
Yes. I agree with you, Jamie. Like I said, around a 7. We've only done it twice, but FanFest was already a lot better. Because it was, the way they like laid it out was a lot more organized and not like one thing's here and one thing's way over there. They had stuff kind of connecting it all together. So.
Yeah, like I almost wish Disney would keep, like, I get that like Star Wars is technically split between, you know, one side of the park and the other, but as far as like everything in between that, I almost wish they would streamline it a bit more and make it like almost like a parade route situation, so that like you pick one end and you go, so that way you're able to hit everything instead of just like randomly traveling around the park.
Yeah,
because Disneyland is huge.
It is.
Universal is not. And Universal's giving us almost twice the amount of time to do everything versus Disney. So, yeah, we were done by 10 and we're like, we'll just hang out for a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah, we were done by like a 10, 11. We were done.
Yeah, no rushing, no stress. But even like when Casey and I have gone to horror nights in the past, even before we did the fast pass situation, we were still out of horror nights by like, I think the latest we stayed that one year was like 12:30.
Me too. It was so,
and we did everything
like, well organized.
Yeah, and again, I think having everything closer is a lot better. I know logistic wise, it's probably a pain for Disney, but I feel like they make enough money that they could make it happen.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Disney like with everything that they've got going on, Disney will be just fine.
Oh, for absolutely. Real. But it was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed myself a lot more this year than I did last year. But again, I think that kind of comes with doing it for a second time and having a somewhat idea of what we're doing and what we're going for.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And also, we kind of had the idea of...
Like, Casey, we're going to have to get you in one year.
Having the idea of what we're going to dress up as, like, last year after we finished. Like, we were like, oh yeah, we'll do, like, the fighter pilots next year. That got scrapped when the tickets came out, but we still kind of did it.
Yeah. And we were still, like, prepared to start costuming. And, like, I literally, like, cleared my schedule so that I didn't have any other projects in the way. I also, like, so I think we were just better prepared for the timeline that we had. We still had to do a little bit of crunch there at the end.
Yeah.
But not nearly as bad as I've had to for some other projects. So it came together very well. We had a great time.
Woo!
It was
really
Casey,
fun. Do you have any questions for us, since you're the only one that didn't attend?
You need to attend one of these years.
Yeah, you need to come with us.
Yeah, why wasn't I
next
invited?
year, you're
I'm just
coming
kidding.
with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do need to come. I know, even freaking other Jamie's man and his kid went the same time you guys went. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Everybody was there but
Casey's
me.
allowed.
You know what? This is your official invitation. You're coming with us next year.
Next year, maybe. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You don't. And then Lauren's got to come to FanFest.
Yes.
Yes.
She won't understand a single thing.
Yes.
We're all
it's a trade-off.
That's okay. She'll still have a great time.
Yeah. I didn't understand half
of it. I want to go to Halloween Horror Nights with you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Well, we should all do
Casey and I have high hopes for Horror Nights this year.
So
I do
we'll
have
to
high hopes
keep
for
our
Horror
eyes
Nights
peeled. But that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for FNAF because there's a movie coming out this year. And then obviously the first one is already out. So this is the perfect time to start a FNAF in Horror Nights.
It is. I'll come with you guys.
Yes.
I'll see.
Universal, I know you're listening.
Yes. I know you don't like horror, but trust me, the first year I went, I didn't like it either. I did 2 things and that was it. And I still had a great time.
Yeah, I know. I'll sit and people watch and I'll wait outside the maze for you guys and be like, you guys made it.
As we hear us screaming.
You guys vlog as you go through the mazes and then I'll just vlog myself. It'll be like Brooke's POV.
We'll live stream for you. I'll live stream for you.
You'll live stream and then on the vlog it's just cuts to my POV. It's like, look at this cool duck. And it's just like I'm going off on my own little adventure.
That would be great.
Yes. But yeah, so the hopes are high for Horror Nights this year, so hopefully we can all get together and do that for the ultimate spooky season trip.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate spooky season.
Yes. Even though half the time Casey and I go in like September.
Oh, that's fine.
After 4th of July.
Spooky season starts all year
Once
long.
4th of July is done, spooky season.
Yeah.
Well, spooky season. Immediately. And then until the day after Halloween.
Just like
for some reason it's Christmas.
Yeah. So
July,
if they can do that with Christmas, then we can do it with Halloween.
Christmas,
Yeah, you have 4th of July, July 5th, boom, spooky season.
Spooky season. The best season.
July. We don't have Christmas in July doesn't exist.
Yep.
It's Halloween in July.
Nope.
No.
Summerween.
Yes.
Yeah,
Summerween.
Summerween. Go.
Love Summerween.
Yes.
Summerween.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything to add before I end the episode?
I got an RTD2 pin from somebody because they liked my costume.
Oh,
yeah!
I also impressed a couple guys that were standing in front of us while we were waiting for Jamie to go to the bathroom. We were just standing there and I crouched down because I got tired of standing and they just all turned around. Just this group of guys just went, oh my god, look. One of them asked if I could roll. I'm like, yes, but I'm not going to.
You're like, look at me.
But like 2 of them were dressed up as the
cobblestone
red
floor.
Knights.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw them. We were standing next to them for the Star Wars lightsaber thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was
and then we also saw this group before we even went into the park. Yeah, we saw a different group, though, that was dressed up as the Bad Batch. And that was pretty cool. Yeah, they had, like, the, like, really cool, like, jackets and stuff. I'm like, oh, we should do the Bad Batch one year. So many costume inspirations every time we go, honestly.
Yes. And,
But yes, Casey, we're gonna have to get you in.
Yes. It'll be the 4 of us, and eventually we'll also get Wyatt and Joe.
Yes, next year. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
We gotta convince them to do FanFest with us, because I think a big group for FanFest would be awesome.
That would be amazing. We all bombard the One Piece crew with our massive ass group of people.
Yes. Bombard the One Piece crew with our
We dress up as the One Piece crew and bombard them.
Yes. It'll be so much fun. I'm so excited. If anybody who's listening went to Star Wars Nite or FanFest, let us know in the comments below. Did you enjoy? What were your favorite parts? And what would you rate it? I believe that is it for this episode on the podcast. So thank you, Brooke and Lauryn, for joining us.
You're quite welcome.
It was fun.
It was very fun, very chaotic. Thank you.
The tip of my
Always. If you want to hear more from the four of us, subscribe to the podcast, both here on Spotify, on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on Yield Instagram. It's where we update the most. So if we have any schedule changes or kind of episode teasers, you're going to see all of that there. I believe that's all I have to yap at you guys for. So we will see you guys in the next episode. So bye.
Peace out, boys.
Goodbye.